Hey, what's up, family? My name is Brehon Mills, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to the channel where we love focusing on our own financial and personal development. Listen, family, in 2006 is when I first started investing in the stock market. I was working a lot of hours at the job, so I had some overtime money. So I took $3,000 and I opened up a Scott trade account. Okay, $3,000. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, but if you haven't seen it, you really need to take a look at that movie. It's phenomenal, phenomenal movie. So, um, doing the guy Jordan Belfort, during his time when he was known as the Wolf of Wall Street, he was known for calling people, getting people to buy into these penny stocks. Well, he ended up getting caught, ended up going to jail. But the process in which those schemes were being organized, it didn't stop. And so they went from cold calling to sending out these fax, right? These fax blast. And so they would send, faxes to all of the fax machines across the country. And so at my job, we had a fax machine. And so I would see faxes come in, about this stock, my vintage baby. And so you would take a look at the paperwork. It would say, hey, this is the next best thing. If you think Aquafina had a 10,000% gain, wait until you get a hold of my vintage baby. Now, my vintage baby sold gently used classic antique baby clothes. Now, they were pretty much a couple decades ahead of its time, because now gently used baby clothes is a big deal. But back then, they sold gently used baby clothes and somewhat antique baby clothes. And so they talked about, how, they were ramping up and how they were going to go nationwide with this brand, and it was starting at a penny and things of that nature. So, matter of fact, it wasn't a penny. It was about maybe like 14 cents or something like that. And, I took the paperwork. I showed one of my coworkers that, hey, they said, hey, man, listen, this is a penny stock. You have to be careful. You do not want to jump in these penny stocks and you don't know what you're doing. And so I'm saying to myself, look, it says it right here on the paper. I will make a 10,000% gain on my vintage baby. Listen, you guys need to invest. And all those guys said, no, man, listen, you need to do some research. I'm saying it's saying it right here on the paper. I'm going to make 10,000% gain, right? And so I went ahead, that Monday, I went ahead and I put my $3,000 on my vintage baby, MVBY. At 9:30 in the morning, I executed my buy order, right? And so I'm watching 9:31, my 3,000 turns into 2,500. 9:32, my 3,000 turns into 2,500, then 2,400 and 2,300 and $2,000 and 1,800. And so now I'm panicking. I'm wondering why is my investment decreasing the way it is, right? And so I started panicking. I think I was down to about $800. I called Scott Trade. I said, hey, man, I'm losing all my money. I put in an order to sell and it's not selling. And he said, well, I'm looking here and it seems that there are many orders ahead of you. And so you're going to have to wait until it's your turn in order for the trade to process. And so, family, when the trade processed, I was left with $268. And all this happened in a span of 15 minutes. Man, you talk about a sad and silly look on my face. Man, it was ridiculous. I lost pretty much all of my investment on my first trade within 15 minutes. Number one, I didn't listen to my friends. I didn't do adequate research. And so I said, well, I'll never let those type of things happen again. So I started, investing and reading some good books. And if you see behind me, I have a library of books. And I didn't really start reading books until I was like 30 years old. And so the first book I read was, Stock Trading for Dummies. I don't have that book, but I think I left it at work. And then I've read this fascinating and awesome and amazing book, How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market. Man, this is a phenomenal, phenomenal read by Nicholas Darvis. And actually, he developed his own little strategy called the Darvis boxes. So you may see those in certain indicators. So you next time you log into Yahoo Finance or TradingView or Thinkorswim, try to punch in Darvis box indicators and see what you come across. But this is a phenomenal book. And then I started reading Getting Started in Options. And so again, these are some great books. Now, when it comes to options, now there are a lot of online courses you can take, a lot of information on YouTube University, but these are some great books. So that's pretty much what I did. I started investing in books. I started learning, trying to enhance my knowledge of investing in the stock market. All right. And, thankfully, now we have vehicles like YouTube and Udemy and so many other outlets where we can gather and gain information so we can make competent, educated, and intelligent choices. All right. Now remember, nothing in the market is guaranteed. 95% of all traders lose money in the market. But if you equip yourself with these tools, you can minimize and reduce those possible losses. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you about my story, how I got started in the stock market, and how I pretty much lost all of my money in 15 minutes. All right. Now, family, I've learned a great deal from that date in 2006. I've placed hundreds and thousands of trades. I've invested in many, many other different companies over the years. Now, I've had some losses. Okay, I had some huge losses, and maybe I'll tell you about some of those in the future. But as of right now, educate yourself, make smart decisions. All right. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.